Are we ready?
We are live.
Okay.
Awesome. Like an hour.
It did.
Good morning, guys.
Well, good afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
It's afternoon. We started in the morning.
We started in the morning. It is now afternoon. Oh, my God.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Happy Thursday. Wednesday.
No, Wednesday.
Wednesday. Thank you
It is
for joining us. I'm Sabi Gutierrez,
I'm Digna.
and we are
The Social Soda. And we have with us
the Caffeinated Show. So excited.
Yay, we're excited to be here.
It took some travel to get here, but we're here.
We are here.
So, where are we?
Do you want to do any events, or do you want to just?
I just have one. I have Hector's event, which is the Puppies for Breakfast, guys. So Puppies for Breakfast is being hosted by Holler Brewing Company. I think I tagged this one last week also, but I didn't know Hector was going to be a part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's exciting. So it's going to be for St. Patrick's Day, and every $1 of every beer purchase is going to go to the Friends for Life Foundation. So that's really great.
That's this Sunday.
Yeah, the 17th.
The 17th.
And I have two events, and that's This Is How We Roll Sunday at the rink at Discovery Green. You know, that's always fun to be there.
Fun.
Like roller skates?
Yes.
Oh,
So it's
how fun.
Sunday from 7 to 9. Tickets are $10. Skates rentals are $4. But if you buy them in advance, it's $12.
Oh,
That
nice.
So
could
you
be
save
a really
fun.
cool realtor event.
Yeah.
That'd be really fun.
Sunday night.
And then
Yeah.
the
It'll be
second
fun.
one is 60th Annual St. Patrick's Parade in Market Square. And that is free. And it's from 12 to 2 p.m. And the links will be in the description box.
And
Okay.
then one last thing too, we are at King's Beer House at in the Heights off of TC Jester, and they are actually having a whole event all weekend long. So come in your Kelly Green.
Come drink some green beer.
And come drink some green beer. It is puppy friendly. Hopefully the weather will hold up
I
though,
know.
because it's been like
Hopefully.
really cruddy lately.
And this
I like
is-
your green.
Oh, thanks. I was trying to
Yes.
get green. You can't even see it on camera.
and it's the last week for rodeo. So if you guys haven't made it out there, try to go.
I want to go
You just
tonight.
reminded me.
I
We're
need
going
tickets.
tonight.
Oh, nice.
I need
I
6
booked mine.
tickets.
Santana.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I
Thank you,
know.
brother-in-law, for those
Aw.
tickets.
I know. I was texting her. I'm like, does he have more?
No, he luckily got two.
I know. My parents want to go, and we're looking
Well, at
for
least we know where
some last minute tickets. But
Yeah,
It should be
I haven't
fun.
gone this year. I need to get out there before it's over.
Yeah.
I
This
know.
so
will be
last
my
year-
third time though. Well, I went to cook off, and
Well,
then
you
we
guys were out there quite a bit,
took
right?
the girls
Yes, she did.
to Camila Cabello,
Right.
and then tonight Santana. So
But Santana should be a great
That
show.
should be a-
I will be there.
Should be a
I just
good
haven't got my tickets yet, but I
I'll
want to
see
be
you
there.
Putting it out into the universe.
The universe grants me my desires. I know they're coming my way. I will find the right
Hook a
way.
girl up with some tickets.
I just want to buy them or
Look, it
whatever.
doesn't
Yeah,
get you
yeah.
while you're
But
live.
that is
Oh, that's
perfect.
cool.
So
Watching
we're
us
excited
live.
to try
I'm
our
excited.
new
And you
a
can chat too.
solution, and that is why I love what you guys do, because we can collaborate and
Yeah.
share our hurdles and our
Yep.
triumphs and everything in between.
Yes.
Well, definitely. Okay, so let's introduce you guys. So Janice and Kimberly,
Yep.
you guys are kind of like some of the pioneers of Facebook Lives here in
Yes.
Houston. You guys have been
That
doing
is
it
so
for
true.
over a year.
Over a year.
Had an amazing 1-year anniversary party.
Thank
When's the
you.
second year?
September.
At the end of
Already.
September, it will
It
be
feels
2
like-
years.
Yeah,
We can't even
wow.
believe it.
I know. It doesn't feel like. It doesn't feel like it's been that long
Right.
because and it's just because of the growth of it. It's
Yeah.
just continued
You
to
have fun
grow. And,
together.
yeah, we
Yes,
have fun.
we
We
enjoy
enjoy it.
You can tell. You
Yeah,
can
thank
definitely
you.
tell. You can always tell.
I always laugh because I roll out of bed Monday, go, where am I going? What am I doing? I need to put makeup on today.
And it's again for you guys, it's the same as us. We're actually friends off camera, so
Right.
it makes it so easy
Yeah.
to work together and
Right,
film
yeah.
because the chemistry it's real.
real,
It's
yeah.
not we're not
Yes.
pretending to like each other.
Right.
We like each other.
No,
Definitely,
and you know
yeah.
what? It's
It's so much
important.
easier
You can
It's
tell.
so much
Yeah.
easier. And we love your chemistry as well.
Aw,
We think what
thanks.
you're doing is
Oh, thank
amazing.
you.
And we love everything you bring to the table and your experience and knowledge. And that's what I was telling Kim, that it's so important to work with people that you respect and love and admire and feel like you can learn from. And I know we're always like, learning from each other, and you know,
I mean,
there's so many
times
we
that
call each other.
we will call each other throughout the day, but I have, like earlier, I had to hang up on her, and last night, and not hang up,
not
like
because
that.
she doesn't like me, but
Yeah,
she's gotta
it's
go.
like, oh my god, I gotta go, I'll call you right back. And like it doesn't offend her, it doesn't
Right.
like make her mad or upset
Oh,
that she's very valuable and important to me, but
Right.
oh my god, I gotta go, I'll call you right back.
Yeah.
Well, but
it's the same way
and
with
like when I
us.
tell you,
Yeah.
and it's real quick, and then an hour later, we're
Yeah.
like, okay, that went
What
like really
happened?
long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or I'll be like, hey, real quick, and then like 52 minutes later, we're still on the phone.
On the phone.
that's true.
Yeah,
That's
it's
us.
really funny.
Right.
I know, because we always find stuff to talk about. It's crazy, and then we're like, and then we go into that, and
Right.
we just keep going, and we're like, okay, I'm gonna really let you go for real this time.
I know. It's
Yeah,
like I
for
gotta
reals,
get
for
back.
reals. Gotta
No,
go.
but it is true because, and I guess because we know each other so well, I know if it's an urgency because she's got to do something for work, or something like today, a lot of different things that are going on behind the scenes. But and we can be resources to each other. I will call her and ask her, hey, what do you think, or who can you refer me, and vice versa. So
Guys,
it's so good.
these two right here are powerhouses. I mean, they know
Aw.
everybody under the sun, and everybody under the sun knows them. So just
Aw,
you're too kind.
yes,
You're too kind.
FYI.
And I'm sure everybody knows how you came to be as the Caffeinated show, but for those that don't know, do you want to tell them a little bit about your history?
I'll start
You'll
it.
start,
Okay,
and then I
so Yannette and I had been friends for a long time, and I always have to give props to my sister-in-law because she's the one that I met Yannette through my sister-in-law because they went to college together. And but when you were, I guess right after you had Sebastian, we would meet up
Right.
periodically every 2 or 3 months to have coffee and to talk business. And we really didn't even talk about our families, our personal lives, but it was always business. You're like,
Right.
what are you doing to grow your business? How can I help you? And vice versa. And so our passion for coffee
Right.
and real estate really grew us together. And then, so that's initially how we met. And so my sister-in-law always gives me a hard time because he says I steal her friends. I don't want all of them. I always tell her I just took this one.
And I'm still her friend too.
Yes.
But
And then the show, that was kind of how we initially met. And then I'll let you
do the
tell.
show
Yeah,
part.
the show part.
So
It
the
just makes
show
sense.
part just came naturally. Kim and I have always wanted to do things a little bit different than what others do out there
Right.
to kind of set ourselves apart. So it was just a natural thing. What happened is that Harvey happened.
Yeah, Harvey. happened.
And truly, we didn't really know how to help out. We did as much as we could, whether it was delivering things, picking up.
Mhm.
But she was affected by Harvey. My parents were affected by Harvey. So we felt like we really needed to do more. So I had a lot of clients calling, like, what kind of things can I do? Where can I get help with money? She did
I was
too.
personally affected.
Right.
So I had that standpoint of advice to give.
Right.
You know, as a
we thought
homeowner.
her advice, and then the resources that we were able to bring the information, we thought, why don't we go live and tell people, how to get help that they need. And it really just started out from a place of like, let's just go live and help out the people. And if you go back and see our first show,
Oh, it was
like
crazy.
West Timer cars zooming by.
Like, oh my God, what
We
are
didn't
doing?
know what we were doing.
Yeah,
And
we never anticipated it would grow and
Right.
still be doing it going on the second year.
Right. But we were very lucky because the minute the show ended, I got a text from our friend Hector,
yeah.
and he's like, okay, you need help. Let me help.
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you mean we need help?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, your audio's not good.
Your
I
audio
can't
sucks.
hear you. And
Hector's really blunt
yeah,
too.
he will tell
He'll like
us.
Oh.
point everything for
Yeah. No, and that's great. So
Yeah,
he was phenomenal in helping us get started
Right.
and just kind of being behind the scenes and guiding us and
Right.
helping us just figure all the equipment and stuff
Right.
out. So yeah, big props to you creative for
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
Hector, you're
They
amazing.
actually designed our logo. for
Did
us.
he really?
Yeah.
And
I love
they
it. It's so
did.
pretty.
He helped
It was
us with the logo design
Right.
and
just good ideas.
Just
to the
lots of
beginning.
ideas and advice on what to
Shout
do
out
and
to
not to do.
Hector.
Yeah.
I know that he is such a creative force, him and both Steve too.
Yeah.
So
Right.
they're really great. So I know that we've been talking about like certain challenges, but what do you
Yes.
feel is the most challenging thing that happens, like having a live show
Aside from internet,
besides
Technical
Facebook being
difficulties.
down completely.
There's
backwards.
I mean, we have a long list of all the things, but I think more than anything is the things you cannot control. There's
Yeah.
so many uncontrollable things that happen on a live show. I mean, obviously the first, like even blenders. I mean, I know I say
We had
a
the
lot.
espresso
The
machine
express.
going on.
I mean, we have all
Like,
kinds of things that interrupt, the show.
I'll
we
be like,
forget stuff all the time.
don't they know we're
That's true,
doing a
too.
show? Like, can they turn that machine off?
Yeah, or other people being really loud behind, like right here.
Yeah.
But
I know
think that's-
one time we were introducing, and Digna's like, and I'm looking at her, she's like, what? I said, you're not going to say your name? She's like, oh.
Oh, that's happened to us. She'll be like, I'm Renee. And I'm like, oh, hey, I'm the.
I tell her before we go on, I'm like, remember, say your name.
Don't forget who you
Don't forget
are.
who you are.
She's just looking at me like, what?
Yeah, no, I forget. I'll zoom through. Like I'm excited about the guests, and I'll forget sponsors, which we forgot sponsors.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
we
we
do
do that
that
all the
too.
time too.
We
We
forget
forget.
sponsors. I forget my name. I just want to get to the point. I'm like excited to
I
introduce people.
know.
So,
I know. I think that's probably just, and I think our audience appreciates the
Right.
authenticity of that
Right.
because you are live.
Right.
You are going to have, we're not scripted really. Like I
Yeah,
told you, we don't really, we kind of have an agenda, but we kind of
Yeah.
don't.
Just an outline, just to know
Right.
what
Just
how you're going to
exactly.
introduce yourself,
Yeah.
and then just
And-
go from there.
yeah, and you know what's really funny? I remember when we had Cortez. He's like the night before. He said, "Okay." He's like, "So what does the agenda look like? What are
Right.
we going to talk?"
Oh, yeah,
And
we
I'm
have
just
people
like,
like that too.
and
yeah.
I'm just like, well, it's kind of organic.
Yes.
Like we just kind of let it flow. We tell them 30 minutes, but a lot of the times it ends up running a little
Yes.
bit longer
Yeah.
because
Well,
it's
that
so
happens to
organic.
us too.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think that's what people like. But it is true when you're working and you get to know your guests and the different personalities. And some people are very more rigid,
Exactly.
more planners, which we're not saying we're not at all planners. Obviously, we run successful businesses, but we like this show, our show, to be more just a talk.
like
And it's just
conversation.
like
Absolutely. Girl talk.
I would say it's glorified girl talk. It's just
Yeah,
in front
I
of a
guess,
camera.
That's a good one. Yeah.
It's the
glorified
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That's right. I guess it's, yeah.
I mean, a
feels
lot of shows have
comfortable.
been really successful. I mean, I know that like on E right now, there's the Busy Tonight, and then there's Girl Gang.
Oh, right.
I love
It
Busy
is-
Tonight.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen it, but I've seen the
She's so cute.
She's
She is
so
really
adorable.
cute. Yeah, she's a really likable person. So it's like, I mean, girls are kind of like taking over.
Yes,
right?
woman
I
power.
mean,
I mean, look,
Yeah.
4 beautiful ladies.
We do
This
like
is-
men though. We're not.
This is
back-
why
Oh,
we,
yeah.
we broke Facebook this morning.
That is why we
Exactly.
saying
We
that.
broke Facebook. They just
Saying
could
that.
not handle all of
They
it.
couldn't handle all the beautiness.
Yeah, we broke the internet.
We did.
we were the official ones. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Got a new Kim in town. No,
I mean, it always tells me to tag Kim.
I know.
Like tagging you, and then it's like Kim Kardashian. I'm like, no, not that Kim.
No, not
I
Kim
want
Kardashian. It's funny because we I guess take pictures so Facebook will auto tag, tag.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, tag.
I actually have a funny story about that because my brother posted something up of Kim Kardashian,
Uh-huh.
and then it says, "Do you want to tag?" And then it says, "Tag Sabi Gutierrez." And my brother sent me this. He's like, "I'm trying to tag you, but it keeps asking me if I want to." It was a picture of Kim, but it's asking me to tag you, and I was like,
That's
There you
cute. So an agent actually sent me a screenshot of Kate Middleton, and it said, Facebook
I
wants
see
me
that.
to tag you on it, to tag me on it. And I was like, oh, that's cute.
I see that.
I
I
wish.
totally see that. I can
That's
totally
so
see
cute.
that.
I just always get tagged as my sister.
You do.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, Emily.
Yeah.
It like auto tags Emily instead of her, which is crazy.
I know Emily's like, hey, I wasn't there. Untag me.
I've been to all these amazing places. Be amazing.
"Well, you do travel to a lot of beautiful places." I was looking through your Instagram one day, so I was like, "Who's that Dolce?"
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So then I looked and I was like, "Oh my God, you've been everywhere. So many beautiful
I do.
places."
That
She
is
lived
my
abroad
passion.
for a while.
I know. You had, a 2-month sabbatical?
Well, actually, a little longer, but we ended up taking a family travel sabbatical when Lauren was about 4 years old. She was about to turn 4, and we leased out our house for a year, and we traveled for about 8 months or so. And
Wow.
we were in first to the East Coast, based ourselves in the summertime in New England because we have family in Boston and we wanted to explore the area. We did all of the states in that up to Canada. And then we went over to Europe, and then we lived in Italy and Spain and France. And it was amazing. It was so amazing because my daughter, Lauren, who was at such a wonderful age, where kids just absorb everything. And every time we got, she traveled on burros, on buses, on trains, on planes, of course, in cars and walking. But every time she met somebody, she would say, what language do you speak? What country are you from? And I'm like, she's 4.
Yeah,
she
very
could
well
pick up
versed.
But
all
that's
the little
thing, though.
languages.
It's like when you go across like
Across the pond,
right?
yeah.
It's like it's normal to speak multiple languages. You don't just assume one, and it's like I know that's like here. It's like people get like kind of it's like, oh, you speak Spanish.
Yeah, we're
Wow.
so behind.
It's like-
We're so behind the times here.
I know.
I
it really is.
I only got to spend 3 weeks in
Hey,
Italy and
that's
Spain,
great.
but we were able to take that trip in 2014. And I have an agent actually yesterday told me she's leaving for Spain next month. And what should she do? And blah, blah, blah. And I said, do you speak any Spanish? She doesn't speak any Spanish. So I said, well, brush up on your Spanish now. But then I said, but wait, they actually speak Catalan
Oh yeah,
over
depending
there
on where you go.
where you're at. And she's like, oh my God, what is that? I'm going to be overwhelmed. And I said, just ask. For me, when I went to Italy, the most important phrase I needed to know how to say was dove c'è un bagno. Like, donde está el baño? Where's the restroom at? If you can tell me where the restroom is, I'm good for the
I
rest
know
of
a
the
few
day.
phrases,
Yeah.
but not anything to save my life in a conversation. I can
Oh,
offer
I-
beer, wine, the band,
Yeah.
the rest.
Those are all important, very important.
Yeah.
business. But you know what? I think what I have found from all of my travels, and I love traveling because it really helps me see how tiny my world
Yeah.
is compared to others. For me, it makes me value other people, and I just love people, period.
Right.
So I love learning their stories and everything else. But what I have always noticed is no matter what country you go to, whether you speak the language or not, the fact that you're trying, the fact that you're
Yeah.
like
They appreciate it.
stumbling through all the words, that in itself gives them the impression that, you care about where you are, you want to know their culture, and they'll help you. And they'll say, oh, it's okay, I speak English, because most of them speak English
Right.
anyway.
Yeah.
So, but if you come with an attitude of, I'm American, I speak English,
And honestly,
You
I
know,
think
then
that
they're
that's
not
why
gonna
we have
respond.
kind of a bad rap, because it's like
Right.
Americans don't want to get out of their
Comfort
little
zone.
comfort zone,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh my gosh, America's all almighty or whatever, and
Right.
it's like, and it shouldn't be that way. I do remember though, I was in Germany one time, and I'm sitting there trying to like say some phrases back, and this kid was like busting my balls, and I don't even remember the phrase, and he goes, no, because they have the and like
Yeah.
all
Uh-huh.
of these really
Yeah.
deep, and I said, no. If I can understand your broken English, you will understand my broken German.
That's true, that's true.
I said, you will understand my broken
Yes.
German. And they were just like cracking up because I was really trying. I
Right.
was like,
Yeah, because they have,
Yeah.
especially German, it's like such a
It's a
throaty
heavy,
it's throaty.
It's a throaty. Yeah, exactly. It is a throaty.
Throaty
No,
dialect,
but
I guess.
I definitely encourage everyone, and I think that's we are so lucky being in real estate. That yes, it's super intense, hard work, nonstop, 24/7.
Right.
But you also have the flexibility when you can manage your time and everything, and then you're able to take, a trip maybe at the time that not everybody else is traveling. You have a little more control of your time.
It's a little bit more freedom for sure.
And that's what this realtor and I were talking about yesterday. She's going to take just 2 weeks to go over there in Spain. And she's going by herself.
Oh,
And
that's actually
that's
a lot.
great.
gonna be fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm just scary. I traveled once by myself to Cancun, and I went and hid in the restroom because when I came out, like 20 people approached me
Oh
for
my
taxi, and
It
so
can be
yeah.
overwhelming.
Yeah, that
so
can be
I was like,
overwhelming.
I ran into the restroom, and I'm like,
But you
What
can't
do I
show them that
do?
you're scared, because then they'll like latch
Try to
on.
take it
yeah.
back.
So
Right.
I was like, excuse me, and then I'm like, in the restroom. like Messenger, trying to message all my friends. Where am I going? I'm really sorry.
I
Everybody's
do.
approaching.
A ver, con permiso.
No, that
And I
is
mean,
so
since we are all in real estate, isn't it funny how like the moment that we check our bags and we are at the gate, you get like a deal that comes through or a
Yes.
contract
Yes.
falls
Yes.
out or something. It's like it
Something
never
that
fails.
requires your immediate attention, like
Exactly.
without any moment of hesitation.
Oh, you're on vacation. Okay, let me throw a wrench in there.
Like you're on the plane and the plane's still on the tarmac and it's like, no, go so I can get on the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, no, I remember being in
Yeah,
Italy and having to
true.
take care of a deal
Yeah.
abroad because of the inspection report. I mean,
Yeah.
it was just, luckily, like most agents will
Right.
prepare in advance
Yeah,
and at least have
absolutely.
a human here
Yeah, a
that can
backup.
kind of handle things for you when you're gone, but still be able to. And that's just the World Wide Web, right?
Yeah,
like we
it
can
is.
log in
now
anywhere.
it's so much easier though.
Yeah.
With
You know
the
what
internet,
it
it's
is?
made it so much easier to
It's made
to work.
living a little bit easier.
Well,
Yeah.
I like
It's
to
a-
call it a mobile office, and truly and honestly, I do love that I can just take my computer, I can close
Yeah.
deals, I can approve people, and I've done it in Argentina, I've done it in Canada, I've done it like everywhere there is an internet connection, but it is a little trickier. But I think the kind of clients that we are getting nowadays are so savvy with internet.
Yeah.
Like I'll do FaceTime, or if they want to see me. Some people actually want to touch you and see you, make sure you're real. But a lot
I
of
can't do
clients,
FaceTime with clients.
I
That weirds
really-
me out.
really, I mean, to me, it's such an easy
I don't
way
I don't
if
like
they
to
need
FaceTime
to.
because it's always at the most inappropriate time.
It's
Well,
always
that's
at the
true.
most. I'm like getting
When-
out of the shower.
I've
and
had
then
to do
calling
it
you.
before. No, I've had to do it before. It's like, hey,
You know,
let's
like
talk
facing
about
it
this
way.
now. Like, have the beach in the back. It's like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to talk to you. I just need them to see that I'm
Right.
on vacation, so that they
Yeah.
can respect and kind of like expect just a little bit less. You
Right,
know,
while
like
you're
it's not.
out.
Yeah.
But that's what I was gonna say. That's how the internet is, right? It's like a double-edged sword. Like
True.
it's made
Exactly.
our life easier but harder at the same time.
Exactly.
Well, and like today, obviously, there's been issues with Facebook, so our shows
broke
are
it.
Facebook Live shows. We broke Facebook Lives, but it's made easy for us to communicate. But then when the tool is not available, then we're like, what do we do now?
That should be a
Which
whole
is
topic.
great.
What are we gonna
Exactly.
do when Facebook goes away?
Exactly. But
So-
let's touch on the subject of real estate. We've been talking
Yeah.
about real estate. Both of y'all's background is in real estate. Janet, can you kind of just like quickly
Sure.
go through like what your
How I got to real estate?
yeah.
Yes. So I got to real estate untraditionally, I guess the non-traditional route.
Right.
I started out in the financial industry 15 plus. Well, actually, it was 1997.
We're not gonna age
When,
ourselves.
I know we're not. Well, I just did 1997. But
Okay, y'all are hot.
I started as a financial advisor, so I did wealth management for domestic clients and international clients in Mexico and outside of the U.S. And so I've always been an advocate of financial literacy. To me, it's really important that people make smart money decisions, whether you're investing in stocks, whether you're investing in real estate, or whatever your investments may be. So when I took my sabbatical and traveled around, actually right before that, I started a cupcake company that I told you about. I left the industry in 2009 when the crisis happened.
Right.
And at that time, I had a 6-month-old daughter. I went back to work, and then the crisis happened, and life just turned. So I ended up starting this creative company, and then decided my company was travel inspired cupcakes. So I needed to travel. So that's why we took a travel
That's what we're
sabbatical.
glad it's about.
Yeah.
I need to travel for my cupcakes.
So I was very lucky that we were able to do that. And when I came back, I started kind of thinking, okay, do I want to go back to investments or do something that I've always had a passion for, which was real estate? And I saw a lot of my investment clients made a lot of, profitable investment choices. So naturally, marrying both of them was the best way for me to do two of my passions. So I went into the lending world, and I love it because I'm able to advise people with the biggest purchase that they make. But I see it a little bit different because it's not just that one thing that we focus on, but it's like the whole picture for me. So that's how I came to real estate.
Making people's dreams come true.
Yeah, exactly. Every one of their dreams.
And Kim?
So me, I actually spent 20 years in the dental field and loved it, but I was checked out. I was ready to move on. And years into dentistry, I also got my real estate license, but I did real estate very part-time. So I was always afraid to give up my dental job, you know, my full-time family, 3 kids. But in 2011, I like retired from
Hey, that
dentistry.
was my year too.
I think that was just my come to
That's
Jesus moment where I was just checked out on the whole aspect of just that, you know, doing that for 20 years right out of high school. So I had my real estate license and just started doing real estate transactions, which was great. It gave me the information knowledge that I need now for what I do. But then we were affected not just by Harvey, but we had actually the 2 previous floods, the Memorial Day tax day and Harvey. So during that time, life was like I was remodeling a home consistently over and over and over again.
Right.
So, and then trying to focus on my real estate business, which was suffering. So after that, after I remodeled, I wanted to go back to work full time. And so I put my resume out into the world and I wanted to stay in real estate. I just really didn't know which avenue I wanted to be in. And home warranty approached me and offered me a position. Well, after long 6-7 weeks of interviewing, offered me a position. Thank you very much. Because apparently there was lots of women to pick from, men too. But so I've been in the home warranty industry for 3 years now, and I love it. And I think the reason why I love it is because even though I left dentistry because I was so sick of insurance, I have a passion, I guess, for that because home warranty is insurance in a sense. It's just a different type of thing that I'm handling. But we get to do everybody's like, oh, you have the best job in the world. You get to market. You get to have fun with your agents, with your clients, because you guys are my clients, you know. You get to take them to eat and drink and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, and then you gain 20 pounds in the process. So you try not to do that as much. But I really, really enjoy the home warranty aspect of what I do, even though it's this, I always tell agents, it's the smallest part of the transaction that you really don't need to worry about, but we need to worry about it. You need to be, I want to educate, Yuneth and I are big on education. So we want to educate. I want to educate you guys and agents in general on the home warranty part because you do, at the end of the day, you guys are responsible for like everything, right? And we need to be a part of your team to help you guys
hear it if something goes wrong.
And I feel like a lot of buyers don't get home warranty. They don't see the importance in it.
Yeah, they don't understand it. They don't get it. I actually had to get on the phone with an engineer. Engineers are great.
They're precise.
He really had to break it down and understand. And I said, well, and also your seller's paying for it, so why wouldn't you get it? Well, I just don't understand. So I really had to break it down. And that's fine. And I love doing that. I'll talk to my clients, dealing with an AC issue for the last 24 hours in my own house. So,
Well, you have the experience from both sides.
Right. And I think the interesting part that I've noticed is me as a woman, also working for a home warranty, also having to deal with contractors, but also the knowledge that I have now with HVAC and plumbing and electrical, I can call these contractors out on stuff now where it's like, or they, we want equality, right? Well, then don't talk to me either. Like don't assume I don't know what I'm the knowledge. So that's probably been the biggest struggle. With being in this industry, because it's male dominated on the other end of everything I do, right?
That's what I was going to ask you. If it's because you're a woman,
it's because I'm a woman, but
challenges.
The role that I play in this role is great for a woman, right? But then when I have to dig deeper, when there's that actual claim issue or dealing with a contractor, that whole part of the world is male dominated, and that's okay. We'll just have to play the game harder.
Exactly.
We're getting in there. We're getting into everything.
Yeah, but no, I really do enjoy home warranty. It's. I told them that I'll never leave. They'll have to fire me, and if they fire me, I'll just do Caffeinated show every day.
We're happy drinking coffee.
We're happy just interviewing people all day long.
Well, we really feel that, and I'm sure you guys can relate to this. But every time you have someone on the show, you just gain so much more knowledge from them.
Absolutely.
And I feel like it's a reward for me. It's like, I don't know. I'm like, I know it's for for our guests.
I usually film Thursdays, and Thursday's always my favorite day of the week. aside from everything else that we have going on, I always look forward to Thursday.
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah,
fun.
And
because
it's
it's
so-
your fun day,
Yeah,
right?
it is a fun day. It is a very fun day, and I kind of tell her, I was like, oh my gosh, look at this person. I'm gonna reach out to them and drop
Yes.
and drop
Yeah.
the social soda on
We
us
are
Yes.
just so that I
stalkers.
can
When
meet
we
them.
like somebody, we're like, hey, we like
I'm
this
gonna
person.
make them my friend.
Yeah,
Let
no,
me
we-
just drop the social soda in there.
We
You know
have
that-
our crushes. We
the
definitely
biggest
crush.
thing that
Yes.
we've learned with our show is don't be afraid to ask.
Exactly.
You know, we've
Ask for what
said,
you want.
We've set some pretty high standards for what
Right.
we want this year for the Caffeinated show, and we're just asking. And if
Yeah.
what's the worst they can say is no.
Exactly.
Right.
And I think that we kind of started that like right off of the bat.
Right.
Because when we were looking at scheduling, it's like, okay, what do we want to do? You know, and there's a lot of people, but we don't want to just like fill it with dead air.
Yes.
We want
Right.
quality content.
Quality
I
content.
and I agreed to that, and I think some of like one of the coaches we had on a couple of shows ago, and I think even a podcast that you were listening to. It's just and it's the same
Oh, yeah.
common theme that we always get. It's stay true to who you are. Really, I always ask the same question. I know you've heard us repeat it, but like, is what I'm doing today getting me closer to my goal later on? But the same should be for our shows. You know, I tell Kim all the time because we have a lot of people that want to be on the show too, but we're like, how does this fit in with our business model?
Right.
And
we've
well,
encountered that
right.
too.
Just this morning, we got a message, and I screenshotted it and sent it over to her, and she texted me back, and I haven't even had a chance to reply
Right.
to the guy yet, but he called me already. I
Oh,
haven't
he
told you that. He called me on my cell phone directly, and I was like, oh, hold on. Let me take a breath. I just woke up. I haven't had my coffee yet. We need to, her and I need to talk, you know.
Yeah, and that's kind of how we are too.
And
It's
they
like,
are hard choices
Yeah.
to make because we feel bad. We would love to have everybody on, but if it doesn't fit our model, it's
Right.
not doing us a service or anybody else that's watching the show. So
Right.
we have to be, I wouldn't say selfish, but we have to be very careful with what
Right.
we're doing.
And I think it's nice to have a second part, you know,
Yes.
because that
Yeah.
way it's like, you know what, we both have to be in agreement, and you can
Yeah.
kind of blame it on the other one.
yes. Oh, I'm like,
It's
make
her
me
fault.
the.
And
I
she
tell her
asked
all the
me.
time. I'm like,
I
just make me the
always ask
bad
her.
one.
Yeah.
I'm okay being
And
the
she
bad
always
one.
asks me, "What do you think?" And I always tell her, "I trust your judgment. I
Yeah.
trust your
Right.
opinions. You know, I feel like you got great taste.
Right,
You know, you're
yeah.
smart. I honestly, I have 100%. You know, it's true.
No, but
I
it's- you
have
have to-
100% trust in Digna.
Right.
Because and I tell her too, like, if you think it's a great fit, go for it, you know. And,
Right.
But I think we have that mutual.
Yeah, we both kind of.
know. And if someone we're not really sure about, I call her, I'm like, hey, you know, what do you
Yeah.
think? And it's the same thing. It's not that we don't want to have everybody on,
Right.
but does it fit your model of what you want to bring to your audience? And then you don't want to lose the respect of your audience.
Right, that's
for who you
true.
bring on.
Because they're
So-
watching you for the content that you have created this far. So if you start changing
Right.
all of that, then you're kind of drawing away from the base that's supporting you.
And even if you change the day, people
Oh my gosh.
people don't know how to act. Oh
Yeah.
my God, you're not feeling thirsty. What's going on?
Is something going
Yeah,
on?
thank you for accommodating
Yes.
us today as well.
Yeah, thank you.
No, but people
Yeah.
do.
You're for accommodating.
Yes,
Yeah.
but people they don't know how to act. It's like you're not filming on Thursday. What's going on?
I wonder text messages, where are you guys? It's like,
Yeah.
hold
What's,
up.
oh yeah, they're
We're
like
coming.
on, like, come on, what's going on with you?
So we try to
But-
tell people in advance. Okay, we're gonna start filming on Friday just because we're
For a month, yeah.
for the campaign.
Okay.
Yeah.
The boys off on Friday,
Right.
so
Right.
from next week on, we're gonna film on Friday instead
Okay.
of Thursday. So we
Right.
keep trying to tell people, okay, we're gonna start, and it's only temporary. It's probably for about 2 months.
Right.
We'll
Yeah,
go back
just
to
to push
Thursday.
something
Yeah.
else. Yeah. No, I get
And
it.
it's okay because sometimes we have like to
But your
make
audience
some
may change.
right. That's true.
Which may
Yeah,
be
that
You
is
might
true.
you'll pick up different people from the different
And we're
days.
okay with that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I mean, we all know that the majority of it views after
Absolutely.
it goes off. You know?
Yeah.
So it's totally fine. It's just nice
Yeah.
to have that engagement of people asking.
Yeah,
questions and
asking
whatnot.
Right. It
questions
is nice
and
when you
seeing,
have a couple of people interacting
Yeah.
with you on the live portion.
Yeah,
of
we
it.
like it because you can say hi to everybody too.
So, do you ladies ever get like people coming up like, oh my gosh, do you have any pointers on how to like do this? Like, I kind of want to start one. Do you guys get that?
Yeah, that
Yes.
happens when we were in Full Sure.
Right. We have like We even had, well, he was a church pastor.
He was a pastor.
Oh wow.
And he came up and just asked just basic questions. And I was like, oh, I'm going to answer you very basic too, because, I'm not well scripted on, like, we have our equipment, we do our setup and everything, but, I wouldn't know what he would need for doing a church sermon. That's a lot.
I always tell people it's just two girls and a laptop.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all basic
But
it is.
it's nice that people and people recognize us out and about, because they'll say, "Oh, it's the caffeinated ladies,"
which I'm still getting used to because I'm more private, and I've tried to get better at like even posting like more of my,
I'm like crazy out there, and then
well,
she's
no, but I love that because she helps me like.
I am
share a little bit more of that.
Dick, and I was like, hey,
I'm very like I can talk to everyone, but it's like when it comes to like social media, it's like you'll get a post on my thing like once a month or whatever. I was like, okay, I haven't posted anything on my grid. I better post something.
But if someone sees you, they're like, the one with the hair and the one that touches
they always like
know her by her hair.
Yeah. And you know what? Even when it was like long and dark though, people still, because I had a lot. So it's like a lot. So it's like the girl with the hair,
Yeah.
So it was always like,
she's like the one that plays with her hair all the time.
Well, because it's like so dry, so it just kind of does it.
No, but it's so pretty. I love your hair.
It's cute. That's your style.
That's
we
talked about that.
I was like thinking about changing it, and I was like, but people
It's
remember me
you.
by my hair.
I told you, don't change your hair.
It's your signature.
I agree. We all vote. Don't change it.
Don't change
We
it. It's you. It's what makes you different, I think.
Yeah.
Well, what pointers would you give to young ladies out there, or young gents, or even like anybody in the industry that wants to start their own live or their own little show, regardless of what subject it may be?
Right. I would say don't be afraid to be yourself. I think for me, the biggest thing has been, I know at the beginning, I probably was overcritical about myself and the way I looked on camera, and oh my gosh, I sounded this way. And throughout all this year and a half, I think that was like the first couple of shows. The minute we pressed live, Kim and I would be like,
we would be frozen. What are we supposed to do?
We were so
like deers in the headlight.
And now it's like, okay, it doesn't matter. I mean, obviously we want to look our best, but don't wait until you've lost the weight you want to lose. Don't wait until you've got the perfect hair, the perfect knowledge, because we're not perfect. You're never going to get that perfect, person on air. And whenever you do see people on air that they look so perfect, to you they're looking like that. It's not relatable, number one. But number two, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So whenever you want to start something like that, just trust your gut. Write down like your reasons why. So when the down times, when you don't feel like, oh, should I be doing this?
Right.
Or maybe I'm not the expert of it. Should I be having this kind of a program? You can go back and see, oh, this is the reason I started this. This is my purpose. This is my why.
And you have
And
those
then
doubts
do
sometimes.
that.
Sometimes you're tired and you think, I do think that you think that, am I even making an impact?
Right.
That is so true.
It's so true.
When we just started, and I'm going to speak on behalf of both of our husbands, because they were very critical.
Well, they were just wondering what our purpose for the show was.
Well, they're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, y'all are doing this for what? What's your ROI?
My
at
husband's
the end
like
of the day, it's where's your ROI for your time, your investment on it?
Right.
Which we were, and us being us, well, we're just doing the damn show, whether or not you like it or not, because that's just how we are with our personalities. But now that we're into year 2, my husband will ask me the night before, oh, who do you have on your show tomorrow?
Yeah.
Or like, they want to know,
be?
where y'all going to be?
Well, you guys saw my husband earlier.
That's the coolest thing. Like, I mean, he'll see one of Sabi's posts because she takes care of like all of the media stuff, and he's like, hey, I didn't know you guys were doing the show tomorrow. How are you guys? And he's like all intrigued, like genuinely intrigued.
He loves to watch it on the television.
He's so embarrassing. I'll come home and he has it on the big screen.
Oh my God, I love it.
He's like, hold on. He's like, I gotta watch the social
She sent me a snap, and he's like, what are you doing? I'm watching the social
That is so
That's
cute.
so cute.
But you know what? The support of our family and our
Yeah.
loved ones is so important to us.
Yeah.
And we do value their opinions. And they do. The thing about our family is that they give it to us straight.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Oh my
they
gosh,
will
yes.
tell us, like my sister, she'll like,
Emily.
you know, why didn't you put more makeup on? Or why you
Oh
look
my
pale? You know, and I love her for it
Yes,
because
yes.
I
Or
would,
Kim
you know,
never has
be like-
lipstick on.
No.
Hey, I get that
But
all
they
the
give
time
us
that I
all
don't
that.
wear enough lipstick. I'm like, my kids
I
are telling me
fade
stop
out, so I
fidgeting.
always
I
have to
touch
have
my
a
clothes a
lip.
lot.
Oh, and my hair,
I
whatever.
touch my
It's-
clothes a lot.
I mean, we are
I'll be like
normal
this. How do I
women.
look? But you know, I was gonna say about the waiting game or a procrastination is there's a term like you can people can plan. Oh, this is what
Oh,
I see
yeah.
with realtors,
Right.
and for me looking out on the inside, you know, on the outside now looking in, is agents want to be bloggers. They want to do this. They want to do that. They want to do all this other stuff, but it seems like practice real estate. But they're agents and they need to sell some real estate, right, to make a living. And I hope no one hates me for saying this, but just do it. I guess I'm getting off my point. That bothers me because I don't feel like you're pushing your real estate enough and you're pushing your blog or you're pushing something else, which is fine. But remind people, if you're on social media and you're an entrepreneur, remind us what you're doing. I don't want to forget. You know, when it comes to be like, oh, I need an inspector or an appraiser or an AC guy or a plumber. For the love of God, I need a plumber.
We're like, by the way, we're realtors.
No,
Yeah.
but you have to.
Remind
No,
everybody.
I have to. It's like, I mean, that's why I do open houses. That's
Right.
why I post
Oh, yeah,
everything.
Yeah, no,
It's
you're
like
pretty good
like
at that.
out of sight, out of mind. I have friends in my circle, like our family circle, who are also agents, and it's like our friends will call on me, and then it's like they're like, okay, why didn't they call me? It's like out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
They
Yeah,
forget.
they forget.
who you are,
do
you know?
forget.
They do.
But
You have to do that.
I see a lot of agents because they want to prepare this blog. They spend a lot of time writing a blog or something. And this is where we both like to write and journal. So I tell her we're still doing that, but we're doing it on the video. We're vlogging.
We're
Yeah.
vloggers. We found out we actually have a name for what we do, vlogging, and
Vlogging.
also it's content
We are
creator,
content
which we
creator.
had no idea we were, but
There you go.
we're happy.
Thank you, Connie, for
Thank you,
reminding
Connie
us.
Gomez.
of
Oh,
what
I
we're
love
doing.
Connie. I have
Yeah.
yet to meet her, but she's my BFF
Oh,
already.
she's
She doesn't know it.
awesome.
She doesn't
She's
know it.
amazing.
I met her last
Yeah,
year.
Connie
Super
was great
cool.
with helping us understanding
Right.
where we fit into that whole creative world,
Right.
which was great. But
And let me just stop you for a second. Another point: give yourself credit. Give
Yeah.
yourself credit, because I think that you and I are learning that, and
Yeah, I'm bad
we
about
have
that.
not. I know we are not naturally like, oh, I'm going to pat myself in the back. Oh, I closed this, or you won't usually see pictures of me doing that, but it's because that's just my personality. That doesn't mean it's bad. I love seeing it.
And you know what?
I need
had
to do
learn that
better
too, because
about that.
That's when real estate actually picked up, is because I had
Yes.
I had to post everything. Oh my gosh, contract. Even if the contract falls through,
Right.
it's like, even if they don't take the offer, but it's like you have to give
I
yourself
know.
kudos. So
I
absolutely,
do. And I
I'm
was sorry
learning
for
that.
that. I
I'm
said,
like,
you
I'm
need to
learning.
post a little bit more. I'm not saying
I know.
like drown us with what you do, but
Right.
remind people with what you do.
Like right now, I was waiting to go on live, and I have a new construction loan contract.
Yay,
There
just
you go.
But it was, but it's like, I know, I love it.
Boss.
But it's, and it's just a lot of fun to I don't know, I guess I need to separate the personal sometimes, and it's okay if we do give ourselves kudos.
Right.
Yes.
And you know, a lot of agents, and I just refer back to agents, if they're scared or they want to start doing video Facebook Live, do open houses. But show your face for a second, but then let me see the house.
Right.
And stuff like that. But just do it. There's no perfect, like you said, oh, I need to lose 20. I need to lose 20 pounds, like bad.
No, you don't.
No, I do.
Beautiful.
Really do.
And you know that before I started doing the show with Digna, I was very shy, and I'm still very shy. I'm an introvert by nature. So doing this show has really pushed me to be more open
Right.
and be more social.
I've seen
Right.
I've seen the evolution.
The
of
blossom.
Sabi.
Because when we
Yeah.
first met, she came up to me. She approached
I was
me.
like,
Yeah, you were with me.
And
Yeah.
I noticed you guys when I walked in, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, they're beautiful, but I would have not went up to y'all to talk to y'all because I'm just shy.
Yeah.
And I
well,
remember you wanted to. It's like, oh, there's Frank. I wanted to. I forgot what is it that you wanted to
I
like join.
said we were talking to those other two guys. Anyways, that's what I was doing.
Yeah, we're trying to get away.
We were trying to escape a conversation, this one and then I saw you guys, and I said, I need to go. Let's go say hi because I knew Roby, and I said, let me introduce you to
Yeah.
Frank and Sabi.
And then I was like, you are beautiful.
Yeah,
You are.
I was like, oh,
and then the rest is history.
Yes.
And, you know, that's what we love is about, and not to cut you off, but it's just connecting people,
Right.
because it really is. That's what this community in real estate
Yeah.
really is connect, and not. I think a lot of time agents don't want to share information or advice because they feel like someone's going to
Somebody
steal
else is
it
gonna
or
steal
take
it.
it away. It comes back, you know, and that's how we are connecting people. Call me for whatever. If I can't figure it out, she'll figure it out for
one
me.
thing
Yeah,
that Digna and I
that's
have
true.
established that we're not competitive with each other or with others. We're here to help, and
Right.
just the camaraderie that we have between each other, and it's not who can do it better
Right.
or who's doing posts are better or shows better.
Right.
We're here to help each other
Exactly.
and lift
Yeah.
each other up as women, and I just feel like there's not enough time for you to be having some type of, I want to say rivalry, but just that kind of like
there's enough
weird
to go
vibe.
around.
Yeah.
You know? Not everybody is gonna like one person. So
Right.
maybe it's stupid to even like try to compete and just be the best version
Everybody
of
has
yourself.
their niche, whatever
Right.
your niche is. Like if you want to, like you said, go back to Facebook Live, find something that you're passionate about. And if I know an agent who's really passionate about, and a lot of agents are, just the dog, the dog adoptions and stuff like that, but she brings that into her real estate world.
Yeah.
Like we're going to do an event, we're going to raise money for this charity for the pups, but then it also gets her out in the community to meet people and pass out her
Which
business
is
card in
great.
real estate. So find your passion, find whatever it is that you love doing, but put your business in there too.
But also to touch on your point about the competition, truly and honestly, and I think we all here share this, is that our competition is ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being a better version of me is who I really always try to be. I see what you guys are doing. I see like what she does, and that inspires me to want to be better, as a person, as a businesswoman. But I think that a lot of times people spend their energy and time focusing on the wrong thing,
Yeah.
like on the
agree.
negative side of
I
things.
agree.
Like whatever negative thing you are generating, like for me, the world, the universe is all just energy that surround us.
Right.
And if we put all of our focus on this and it's all negative, you're missing all the positive opportunities
Yes,
that are coming to you. And we need to be better at focusing on what is good and how can we improve using that and getting that good energy, because that's what's going to change us and therefore changing who we
Yeah.
surround with.
And I think the scariest part of like negative energy is that it's like if you're putting it out, it's gonna
It's
contagious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
like
Contagious.
It is.
you know, and it's like
And you can feel it.
that's the scariest part.
Because
You
when
know?
you
Misery
start
loves
talking
company.
about something negatively, and then the other person chimes in, and then before you know it, like everybody's just talking negatively.
I've
about everything
actually
in general.
removed myself from certain chapters that I volunteer in because of that.
Yeah.
Because a chapter will be full of a lot of back talk, behind back talking stuff and gossip and that's fine. I know we can all get caught up in it in the
Yeah.
moment, but
a little harmless gossip is okay. It's fun to chit chat, but when it's harmful and it's mean, then
Hurt the
that's
spirit.
then that's
Yeah.
where that thin line when you cross.
I think
that line.
someone stated this to me this week is if someone's talking to you really bad about someone else, what are they saying about you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
It tells you a lot about
I always tell people and I believe it, firmly believe it, that what people say about you is not a reflection of you; it's a
Right.
reflection of
Yeah,
them.
exactly.
Absolutely.
So always be careful what is coming from.
Don't get me
people's
wrong.
mouths.
There's moments when I'm like, oh, hell. And I call her.
Like, they got me sideways. And it happens.
I mean, we're natural people. I mean, we're human.
But that's like with your, I'm sorry to scratch it with you, like your onesie,
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
You have
we
your-
can talk
you're not
about that.
sitting there
What-
spreading it out like wildfire, trying to tarnish somebody's name.
Right.
Because I feel
Or make you
I-
look bad. Or
I call
anything
her
like
and
that.
she like,
I'm like, okay, let's breathe.
We do that to each other.
bring it down, Kim.
Did
Bring
you
it down
just
a
see
level.
And I'm like, calm down. Let's talk about this first. And if that's
So
it,
me and Ziggy
I
are the
said,
same.
I
We're
told
like,
her, don't react.
that's how I was sorry. Don't react. I said, look, let's talk about it and sleep on it. If you still feel the same in the morning, then we'll proceed.
yeah.
But let's not act out of anger or
because it
behave.
takes a lot for me to get to that point.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? So when I'm there, it's like the steamship just got
you're
that
rolling.
momentum, and
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh, Jesus, take it real. I love
And
it.
she's done that for me. That she's like, you know what? Maybe I think we're overreacting a little bit. Let's just, step back and then I'll tell her, you know what? You're
It's
right.
true.
My whole thing is, I know I'm overthinking this, but this is how I feel
Here's
right
my
now.
explanation.
I know I'm making this more than what it needs to be, but
However,
I'm like, no, don't think that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's. I try to like not overreact,
You're not
but
perfect.
I do sometimes, and sometimes I'm like, oh my god, this is just unacceptable.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just
I guess
human nature.
There's no just
we're human. We are allowed to be upset, cry, yell. It's
that's
okay.
the great thing with Facebook Live, right? You
Yeah.
get it in the raw, you get it raw, right?
So moral of the story is take a second to think about it, guys.
Yes, think about
Yeah.
it before you act.
Yes. But
That
no,
was fun.
we enjoy each other's company and
Yeah.
doing the show, and we're just excited about we're going into year 2 is taking us, and excited because we have some really like
We do
awesome
have some
things
exciting
coming
things
up.
coming up. But the last thing I want to tell for someone that is doing a show is just don't be afraid. And the first step is doing it,
Yes.
That
no
is
matter
the
how
first-
bad it is.
I was waiting for that.
That's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say because it's true. You just gotta go with it.
Use your phone.
1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and don't be afraid to ask people for advice. People that are doing it.
Yeah.
Like, if you have to ask us for advice, we'll show you as much as we know.
No successful person did it on their own.
Right.
Like,
Well, no, we
no-
didn't either. We had someone that had been doing it for years help us get started. So, thank you again, Hector.
And I think, and it's like what Janice said earlier. It's all about passion. You have to have the passion, the drive for it. So when things are going wrong, when things aren't, working, that you
Right.
still have the love in it, that you keep doing it.
Yeah.
Because not every episode's going to be perfect. Not everything's going to
Oh,
go your
no.
way.
And I think,
so-
and I'm sorry to circle all the way back, and the way that you continue to, some days you're going to be a little bit more somber than others, but it's like the way that you continue that passion behind it is to be true to yourself
Right.
and not do subjects or topics that you could care less about.
Right.
You know?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we love you guys too.
Oh, love you
Because
guys.
you bring great content, great information, and I think it's so important. Number one, we share a love for our city, which I think is we all feel the love for Houston. and I know sometimes people think like, my God, like really? But yeah, really, we do love it.
we do love it.
But we think it's great, not because we're in real estate, but because we truly love arts. I know you go to the park a lot and you see the beautiful background. You're always out and about too, and fashion. And I love being able to learn those things from you because we all kind of dig in different areas of our city. So we wouldn't be able to know about everything else if we didn't have shows like yours. And
And it
getting
was
more
and it was
information.
so cool because like yesterday you guys were at the pop-up for
Yeah.
and then I shared it and somebody saw that and they're like, oh, and they were asking me questions and then I saw they checked in today. So it's amazing
It's
just
just-
social media that people they see
want to
it.
go check it out.
They do.
And then I got a couple messages too on Instagram. and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't know that they had that. How cool! I want to check
It's
it out."
so
Right.
cute.
Yeah,
really
it's
cute.
such a cute little concept. Super
So
cool.
it's just really awesome because you guys bring things that are important to you, but you wouldn't realize how important they are to other
Right.
people, and you just bring in a
True.
community of people that probably don't even know each other, but they're all there because they have one common ground, which is you guys.
Right.
So that's pretty cool, and that's what.
Yeah.
And that's also a great responsibility, I feel, sometimes.
Oh,
because-
yeah.
It is a big
You know.
responsibility.
Like I would go to Memorial, like I went to walk last night, and oh my God, I hope I don't run into anybody like putting a baseball cap on.
Well, yesterday I was in my workout.
Oh,
shoes.
yeah,
I was
so
right
cute,
before my
though.
run, and I'm like, "They want a picture." Oh my God. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
You look beautiful.
Well, and then I went to Guadalupana the other Saturday morning in our neighborhood, and I was just there with my family. 8:30 in the morning having menudo, and someone walked in and kind of put their head in like, Kimberly, and I was like, yes, hey. And then now my family's like, oh, we can't take you anywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It feels good though.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
it
Yeah, I
is
know we
fun.
enjoy it.
But it's a recognition of your hard work. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's
And then
a
the
really
kids
great way to
see it. Like my daughter's here, and she'll say, "God, Mom, you're like a little local celebrity." She's like, "You and your
I'm
Nat."
so bad. I'm so bad because my daughter, she's in the military. She lives in Washington, and every time she FaceTimes me, I'll ask her, "Who are you with? Who's there?" Oh, Mom, I'm like, "Hi guys, I'm Rachel's mom. Please watch the Social Soda."
Yeah, oh my
Look us
God,
up on-"
that's too
She's like, "Mom, you're so embarrassing."
I
I was like, "Well, if you're not gonna promote me, I'm gonna promote myself." So,
Right.
so the other day she was with her sergeant, and there was other
how
8 soldiers.
fun.
So I'm
Oh my
like,
God.
"Hi." And I'm like, "I promise you, I don't look this bad. I look prettier at times. It's just I'm like getting ready for bed, and my daughter's like, Mom."
Like, get that plug in there, girl.
I do.
Yes.
And I'm just waiting for my son to be back from the field so I can do the same thing. I'm
Yeah,
like, we're
that's
going
right.
national.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely. And that's the other point. Dream big, and don't
Yeah.
limit yourself by because we only, we know what we know,
Yeah.
and everything else is out there at our reach, but we don't profess it for ourselves sometimes. So we need to
Speak
we need to speak it, put
Speak
it
it into
out.
existence.
Exactly.
The other thing is you never know who's watching.
That's true.
You never know who's
Yeah,
watching.
that
You never know
is-
when you go back and see all the views. Like, who in those you?
Yeah.
Who from high school is watching?
Oh, No,
No,
I
that's
notice sometimes on Instagram, I'm like, who's saving these pictures? I notice, like, do you know where you can kind of
I didn't know
It's
that.
like,
Oh,
I'm
how do
like,
you see
who
that?
in the world saves these pictures? And then, like, I'll start asking around. It's nobody that I know.
Oh wow,
They
we need to
just-
do
they're
that.
like,
You
"This
need to
is a
tell us
pretty
how to do
girl."
that.
I need
It
to
is the
figure that
weirdest-
feature out.
Trust me, I've tried. So,
Like,
here we are.
Hey, it's okay. I had somebody save my picture and use it as a screensaver before. And they've told me, hey, I really like your picture. So I saved it and you're my screensaver. And he actually sent me a picture of his computer and I was a screensaver. This was a couple years ago. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, we've had
That's why I'm
conversations
private,
about
because I'm
our
like
other.
a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah,
You have an interesting, but we won't get into that.
No, we're not gonna get on
we
that.
won't get into it, but
We just have fans.
We do. So, anyways, guys, ladies, do you have anything else to add?
No.
Ladies, anything else?
wanna
to
add?
add?
other than
just-
thank you so much for
Yeah,
having us on.
Thank
And thank you for doing your show on a weekly basis. It really helps us. It inspires us as well. And even though it might not coincide with we can watch you live, we go back
back
and
and
watch.
watch,
I
yeah.
love
Back
the
and
support
watch.
you give us, and we support you 100% just
Thank
as well.
you.
We think you're amazing. So thanks so
Oh,
much.
we love your
I'm so
energy.
glad that not only
Yes.
do we have each other's shows and stuff, but
Right.
we're all friends.
Exactly.
But
And
we love the energy. You guys have great energy.
Oh,
and we're
thank
all
you.
about energy.
Yeah, we're all
Right.
Yeah, all the good stuff. Keep the good stuff around.
Yes,
keep
Filter
going.
all the bad stuff.
Yes.
But no, thank you. Other than that, we just have the April 12th real
yes.
estate women and real estate investing, and I'm excited.
Yeah,
We're
I
very
will be
excited
attending
about that.
so-
Yes,
Thank you.
come.
Yeah,
We'll
we're
be there for
excited
sure.
about that. It was an idea that we came up with in the fall, and then we were like,
We need to do it.
push the button
Yeah.
and press action and go. And so I was at NAREB last week and actually had some agents that came up to me and said, oh my God, we're so excited about that. Like, we've never seen this come here
Yeah.
before. I
Right.
mean, investment panels
Right.
and like top producer panels, yes, but
Oh,
Well,
women only.
it's always so insightful to hear from men or women that are successful in the same industry that you're in. It helps you grow and understand. And it does. It recharges you. Like it gives you motivation.
Yes.
Like I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna do
Yeah.
this. And I'm
Well, you learn a new idea every
Yes.
time.
Yeah, and women, I mean, their struggles, their successes, the diversity of the panel. We're so excited.
We're very excited about it.
Everybody's-
phenomenal.
yeah.
I'm
We
excited.
will be there, and that is
Yes,
when again,
thank you.
April.
This is
12th.
and this April 12th, and this is me going, oh my God, Jeanette, we gotta go.
Yeah, you should see our text. I'm like, it's okay.
That's me like panic mode, like, oh my God, this is really happening.
gonna
And she's
be
like, it's
amazing.
okay, it's okay.
I know. I'm
Girls,
like,
let us know if you guys need any
you.
help. You
Thank
know,
you.
so we can always be behind the
Absolutely.
scenes type of thing.
Yeah.
No, we
we
appreciate
love it.
that.
We love
We
that.
appreciate
Yeah.
that. But thanks again, of course, for having us.
Thank you for being here. We really enjoyed it. It was so
It was a lot of
awesome.
fun.
Well,
Thank you.
it's been an hour.
Yeah.
We like to talk.
And just tune in next Friday.
Next Friday. So
We're going
we'll
to be
going-
interviewing Tom from the AIDS Foundation.
I didn't write his name.
Yeah, Tom Harrison, I believe. I keep saying it wrong, but I think it's Tom.
Yeah. So very cool
Okay.
stuff coming up. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and please subscribe to our channel and all of the above. Like,
Yes.
share, everything.
Yes.
Even if you don't like us, like Digna says.
I know. I was like,
Still like us.
like us. All right, guys. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.
One time it cracked